Hey guys, TehJew22 here, and welcome to another episode of a series I have not done in a while, and that is Tales of TehJew22, or The Tales of TehJew22, to be more specific. But nonetheless, I do want to say, I had to clear my throat, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video that is not Kirby's Adventure. The reason I've been uploading those videos non-stop was because I recorded the entire Let's Play, not in one sitting, but throughout the month of August, and I just wanted to spread it out throughout the course of September. However, it didn't quite go over as well as I thought. Not so much in terms of views, I'm talking about like how often it's uploaded, but then there's also the... Well, before I get ahead of myself, I recorded the Let's Play all throughout the month of October, and I finished just before I had gotten my new computer, which is what I have right now. And I have Camtasia Studio 8. I was able to secure it, thankfully, thanks to my good friend, or actually good friends, I should say, Cole NL112, and the man formerly known as Avrilfan NF, Ryan Bragg, and even my good friend Conisboard helped me with the help I needed to, get this thing up and running. But those little formalities out of the way, I just want to say thank you guys for your help, and I do appreciate it, really I do. And let's see, what else am I going to talk about? Oh, of course. If you have any suggestions on what I should talk about, leave a comment. Now, just a fair warning. Just because you make a suggestion, I won't necessarily take it. It's just a suggestion. You can request. You can make a request on what you want me to talk about, but I'm only going to take it as a suggestion. So if I don't take your request or your suggestion, don't be mad. I'm just, ultimately it is my channel. But if I do take your suggestion, great. But if not, don't be upset about it, and you shouldn't be. You really shouldn't. But anyways, the next topic I wanted to talk about is what has happened since the last time I made an update video, which was at the start of the college semester of fall. And one thing I did not anticipate was how difficult the classes were going to be. I mean, one of them was, is what I expected. I expected it was not going to be easy, but that it was not going to be obscenely hard. And then I go to my second class, and it is very, very, very hard. I mean, it's not, it's not obscenely hard, but it's pretty hard. So much so that any, time, like all the times I would have uploaded, there were times when I just couldn't upload or even make, I couldn't even record new videos because, my attention to my schoolwork was more and more important than making videos. I mean, I'm just fortunate at this time to have the free time that I have now, but, it's not often I get this luxury. I really do not get this very often. I'm happy that I got it, and I'm also happy that, well, before I go any further, before I get ahead of myself, the one class that's giving me the most trouble is my intermediate accounting class. Now, if you don't know what accounting is, it's just simply financial statements, from the company's point of view, and you have to provide such statements to those like investors and creditors and auditors, among other things, like financing and all that stuff. But it's a lot harder than it really is. I mean, now granted, the last time I took an accounting class was, close to 3 years ago. I had to remember everything that I had forgotten. And in fact, the first exam was basically me trying to remember everything that I had forgotten. And it was not easy. I'm just going to say that. It was the furthest thing from easy. And I also didn't know what to expect in terms of, testing, exams, and even like the test as well as exams online. I had to get familiar with everything before I knew what I was doing. Because before, I was like, I guess you could say I was like a chicken with its head cut off, because I didn't know what I was doing. Now, I'm happy to tell you that up at this point, I believe it's week 5, I think, or week 6. I forget exactly when. I think it's... Yeah, it's week 6, but it's over right now. But what I'm trying to get at is... when I first started out, like week 1, 2, I was having a lot of trouble with how the class worked and everything like that. And since then, I had gotten myself like tutoring, and also the teacher turned out to be more helpful than I realized. So I had that going for me. So and plus, it always helps. I realized after week 4 that it would be better for me to take my laptop to school or college, I should say, and simply just use it, like access like the they give you PowerPoint presentations to use for your school, or they give you PowerPoint presentations from the book, the textbook that they give you for the class. And it actually helped quite a lot, especially when you have it on your computer. Like, you have to download it, but then once you do, you can access it through your computer with or without the Wi-Fi. You don't really need it. Once you download it from online, then you can access it offline if need be. So, I have that. So, in other words, I now know what I'm doing. I mean, sure, that doesn't necessarily mean that I have everything down pat, but it's just early on, school was kicking my butt. It was kicking my butt, and, don't take my word for it. I mean, my good friend, TehJew22, and yes, he, I've called him Damien, which was his real name because he decided to go by his real name. But then recently he reverted back to being TehJew82. So he reverted back to his old namesake, so now I can call him TehJew82 again. So TehJew was having a lot of trouble at the start, albeit he started before me, like his school, like he started before me. And my good friend Conisboard, he tells me that his school kicks his butt so much that it's not even funny, and I can understand why he even called himself Conisboard to begin with. If you don't believe me, watch his 1-year anniversary video. Watch that, and then you'll know how far he's come. In the 1 year or the near 1 year that he's been on YouTube. I mean, if you watch one of his older videos and then you watch a video now, the difference is night and day. I'm telling you, Which then brings me to future plans. The thing is, as I said before, I recorded an entire Let's Play throughout the month of not October, August. I recorded all of it in August, and and this was before I got a new computer. So I was originally gonna upload it via my camera phone, but when I got the computer and when I got Camtasia Studio, I decided, okay, well, I might just I'll still use the footage that I got from the recording of the Let's Play that I did with the phone, but I'll just add some effects like what is it? Annotations, like the words that pop up on the screen, as well as artwork for where the black bars would be, especially if you're uploading a video that's in a 4:3 box format instead of the widescreen 16:9 format. Yeah, if you record something like Kirby's Adventure, which was originally released at a time when it was 4:3, of course, if you want to upload widescreen, you could do that, but then you would have black bars. So that's where the idea to come up with artwork for the black bars, in place of the black bars, would be. Other times I just upload it straight up in a box format, and it's no big deal really, but it helps when you have Camtasia Studio. In fact, I'm actually using it to record my voice, and it's very, very, very helpful. I mean, I used Camtasia 7. What is it, 8 or 9, or I forget, but it certainly wasn't Camtasia 7.0. I'll just say that. It wasn't 7.0. It was 7.8 or 9 or 7. I don't remember the exact number, but it was something like that. And it was really helpful when I last recorded Let's Plays, like up until I was robbed. And it was thanks to Cole, Ryan Bragg, and Conisboard that I got Camtasia Studio 8, so I'm happy with this. And it has the same features that it had with 7.7 or 8 or 9, I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's right, it's Camtasia Studio 8.4. Okay, now I remember. So yeah, it has everything that the one I used to have has. There's a few additions, but I'm not going to go too far into it. But all I can say is I'm happy with what I have, and that's something that I can just put a smile on my face. That's all I can say, and I can just thank the good Lord for that. And yes, I am Christian, but I think I mentioned that in the last Tales of TehJew22 video. So yeah, despite popular belief, I am not really a Jewish person. So for those of you that are new or never knew, yeah, I'm not really a Jewish person. And in fact, as of the time I'm recording this, I'm watching a hockey game. Although it looks to me as one team is dominating over the other, and the score is 5-0, and it's almost the end of the second period. Hockey is played in thirds, not quarters or halves. Thirds. So the second third is almost up. But anyway, back to this this little recording I'm doing. So yeah, I also want to say I just want to say thank you to all the people that are watching this. As far as the videos for Kirby's Adventure, I'm almost done with that game. I believe I am. I last uploaded episode 21. In total, I had recorded 25 episodes. Some of the reason the videos were different in length. I had a couple of short ones, and I had a few long ones, and most of the other ones were in between. The reason for that was simply because, well, it was because, I was recording it on a camera phone. If I was recording it on the Dazzle, as I would have had, since, technically I didn't have a computer at the time. If I had recorded this on a Dazzle, I probably would have spaced it out much better than excuse me. I would have spaced it out much better than I actually did, but I had no control over it. I really didn't. And even so, I would try to make it not too long because, it's just my style, really. But that just goes without saying. Okay, let's see. Other stuff I can talk about. Well, I might as well give a few shout-outs on people that are actually doing videos. Let's see. I'm going to start with, a group of 4 Let's Players. They are 4 good friends. They are linked with each other through one relationship to another, or another, I should say. And I thought to myself, well, these are 4 friends that are, that have become good friends with me, and they're linked to each other. Because it actually started out with Tanuki Teddy. Tanuki Teddy, as of the time that I am making this video, he is doing a Let's Play of Pokemon, I think it was Red or Green, I don't remember. It's one of those 2 games, but he's doing a Let's Play of those games, and one of the things that I remember from those games was that his best friend outside of YouTube is a Charizard, or he started out as a Charmander, then he became a Charmeleon, and then he became a Charizard. And then there's a Pikachu that happens to be a female that he named after one of his friends, and I don't want to spoil it, so do check it out when you get a chance to go to his channel. The first Let's Play that I watched was his Super Mario World Let's Play that I actually did enjoy watching. Of course, his commentary is, a bit different. I'm not going to go too far into it. You just have to watch it for yourself, Just watch it for yourself and then you'll know what I mean. And then he actually led me to one of his friends. And his friend is Prince Mario. Prince Mario is also another guy whose commentary is different as well. I don't want to, like if you watch some of his earlier videos, you would think that he's bored out of his ass, but then he told me that that's actually the way he speaks. So I then realized, oh, okay, so that's how he speaks. So yeah, if you think he's bored, no. That's actually the way he speaks, so I'm not going to spend too much time rambling about it, but I will say that he's actually a nice guy, and I actually had a chance to talk to him. Like, he made a video on, why we shouldn't sub for sub. I did mention in that video of his, in fact, that's probably, anyway, I said in that video that my earliest subscribers, I will admit, were the result of sub for sub. But what I will say is I never asked for one. I was always the recipient of one. In other words, people were asking me to sub to them so that they sub to me. Albeit back then I didn't even make any videos at the time. I just started out, so that's just a little history lesson right there. But yeah. But yeah, he really is a nice guy. Do check him out. As of now, I think he's making Super Mario Sunshine, I believe. That's it. And he's doing a good job of it. But at the moment, I am enjoying his Mario Party 1 videos. I'm still working on it, but I did enjoy his the Ocarina of Time, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, like especially towards the end, it was really good. Really good, like especially towards the end. So like the last 7 episodes particularly. So do check that out. And then there's a friend that I think it was Prince Mario, or no, it was Tanuki Teddy that directed me to another Let's Player that at the time started out. In fact, I had a chance to go to her channel, and yes, it's a her. It's a she. And her name, well, she has a real name, but I just call her by her YouTube name. And her YouTube name is Via Vanille. Not Milli Vanilli, but just Via Vanille. So yeah, Via Vanille, she started out with, what is it, Legend of Zelda, Twilight, no, wait, not Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, that's it. Like, her earliest videos, you know, you can tell she was kind of shy because, you know, she was just starting out. But then again, I started out and I didn't sound like $1,000,000. I mean, but what I'm trying to say is, yeah, she got off to a rough start, but then she kind of grew on me. So much so that I began to realize that she was a big fangirl of Link. And the fact that it's contagious, it's so contagious, I become a big fanboy of her. Funny how that works. But, yeah, she's doing that, and she started something new, but I'm not sure. Well, anyway, she started with Skyward Sword. In fact, she's still going on with Skyward Sword because, well, it's a very long game. Very long. But it's very funny. I mean, sure, you could watch her earlier episodes if you like. In fact, it would be probably better just to see the difference between then and now. But even so, it would probably be better to watch the whole thing through. You know, just watch it through. And then, so as she does that, there's also a good friend that she led me to. Yes, Via led me to this person. And this person started out with a Let's Play of Super Mario Galaxy, the first one. And at this time, she is still doing it. Yes, it's another girl. She's not like a girl as in, you know, like a 12-year-old. No, this is a woman. This is a relatively young woman, like probably in her teens going into her young adulthood. I'm not sure. Somewhere around there. But she started Let's Playing, what is it? Super Mario Galaxy, the first one. And she's still doing it, but she also did a Let's Play of Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, which is basically a Game Boy Advance port or remake of Kirby's Adventure, the one I'm doing. You know, she's very funny. In fact, she's like genuinely true to herself. Like, in other words, like she's real. You know, she doesn't come off as fake or as pretentious. I mean, she is who she is. And that's all I could ask for in a Let's Player, is that you are who you are. And, you know, that's the thing about Let's Playing. You have to have fun. That's the number one. But then after that, you have to be yourself. And if you're not yourself, then who's going to watch you? Seriously, who's going to watch you? But then, what else? So yeah, and her name, I forgot to say, is Jenna Tara. Jenna Tara, you know, one time I got into a conversation with her on the comment section in one of her videos. Like, she got into a deep conversation with me, but, I mean, I'm not going to say what it is that we talked about. Only she knows what she and I talked about, and, you know, I can understand where she's coming from. Now, that being said, I'm not going to say, because that's, you know, it's only between me and her. That's all it is. So, Uh, but yeah, so Tanuki Teddy, Prince Mario, Via Vanille, and Jenna Tara. The four people that, I thought of a name to group the four people. I thought of Fantastic Four, but as fantastic as they are, I'm pretty sure someone's going to realize, oh, that's copyright infringement. And then I thought of a name that is public domain. And I thought about this. I thought about the Four Horsemen. Not the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse or the Four Horsemen of Wrestling, but the Four Horsemen of Let's Playing. Unless, of course, they want to go under a different name, that's fine. But that's what I called them, the Four Horsemen. Not to say that they ride horses or anything like that. But I just thought of a name. I was just being silly, really. And I'm almost at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up. So, yeah, I've been very busy with school, and if I go a long time without uploading any videos or even just recording videos for that matter, if I go a while without recording anything or uploading anything, yeah, school is kicking my butt. I'm sorry. School has this way of kicking my butt and then just making me look like I'm nothing. But I'm not going to go too far into it, but I'm just saying that if I go a while without making any videos, that's why. And, I can't control what my classes give it. I can't control what my classes give me. Like, when it comes to giving me work or anything like that. Like, not just my accounting class, but my marketing class, which is the other class, which is not bad in comparison, but still. I can't control what I get, and I can't control, my scheduling or the scheduling of the classes. I can't control that. So, and also I might even get a job, and even so, I might end up not recording as much because of a job if I ever get one. So if that's the case, don't be sad. I'm not retiring anytime soon, but I'm just saying that if I go a while without making anything, that's why, because it's just that hard to get free time, and I'm thankful that I have this free time, but I might not get it until later on, or even after the semester's over. And what else? Well, that's pretty much it. So if you want to make a suggestion, or if you have a question and you want me to answer it, I will if you want me to. Like, in other words, if there's something you want to ask me, go ahead. Whether I answer it or not, it's completely up to me. And if I don't be mad. If I do, great. If I don't be mad. It's just, it's personally preference, if not how comfortable I am with it, or if I can even answer the question or take up your suggestion and whatnot. But I'm just saying, don't, expect the unexpected. That's what I have to expect. And also, just know that I'm very busy with school, because I may not be able to do these type of videos very often, but that's just the way it goes, I mean, that's just really the way it is. I hate to say, but it is what it is. So that's all I have to say about it. Okay, well, that's going to wrap things up here, and I just want to say thank you for listening, and again, you can leave your comments in the comment section below if you want to talk about stuff, or if you want me to talk about it, and I have the time to do it, great. But anyways, until then, this is TehJew22 signing off, saying goodbye, and I just want to say thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Kirby's Adventure, or whatever other video I decide to do after this, once it gets posted, Until then, TehJew22 out.